Hi everybody, my name is Ann. Welcome to Art on the Creek. We're here in my home studio in Parker, Colorado. We had a light dusting of snow yesterday and it's looking really festive outside. Here it is mid-December and it just kind of gave me the little extra dose of Christmas spirit that I needed today. So wherever you are and whatever you're celebrating, I hope that you are in a festive mood. I was in the comments section this week on another video and someone asked where a video was and I said, oh, no problem. I'll go right ahead and find that for you, give you the link. It wasn't there. I couldn't find it. I found the short advertising that video would be there. It was one that I made in February. I made a version for members and I made a version for a review. I cannot find the review anywhere on YouTube. So something happened. Either I forgot to post it or gremlins came in overnight. I don't know. But thank you, Berlina. I am going to show you today the footage from February, but the voiceover is from today. So we'll get my still wonderful opinion of the Intense Watercolors by Renesans. Are you ready? Let's go play and have some fun. So let's get into it here. These are the Intense Renesans watercolors from Poland, actually, and they are really, really nice, you guys. I have fallen in love with these. Actually, the reason that this review is being posted, because originally I filmed this in February, I cannot find that review anywhere. So I'm redoing the footage here with a voiceover today in December of 2024. But the work is still quite enjoyable. I think you guys are really going to enjoy looking at these paints, seeing how they swatch out. I'm going to use this Painter's Color Diary today, and I will put affiliate links to everything in the description. The Renesans watercolors, the Renesans Intense, I purchased them from, I believe she's the only person who sells them in the United States. It's an Etsy shop, and I will do my best to try and find that link again. I think there is a members version of this video that still has all those links intact. I don't know what happened. It's kind of like all of a sudden we were in the twilight zone with my channel here. So we're kind of redoing this review today, only with old footage. So the information is the same. This set is so great because it's just a nice little starter set. You get a phthalo blue, which is a PB15-1, and a purple magenta, PR122. Transparent yellow, PY150, really lovely, lovely warm yellow. And then my favorite addition, the Helio Turquoise, which is a PB15-3 and a PG7. These have no problem coming out of the tubes. They're mixed well. You know, that's never a problem if you happen to get a watercolor tube and you squirt it out and it's a lot of this slimy looking amber colored stuff. That's usually the binder that has separated from the pigment. So all you have to do is to poke something in there that fits in the neck of the tube, either the back end of a paintbrush or some kind of a stylus. Just poke it around in there and mix it up a little bit. Sometimes that can happen, but these didn't have any of that pigment separation. Wow, I need more coffee, guys. Sorry about that. We're just going to squirt these out on a little palette I have, and these palettes, I have found that if you're looking for a white ceramic palette, don't look in your art supply store because you'll end up paying more money. These I got from Amazon, actually. They are restaurant quality food service appetizer trays. And I got a set of 3. I really love them. You can also just use a plain white ceramic tile from your places like Home Depot or Lowe's, any kind of hardware store that sells singular tiles. You don't need to break the bank. Just do whatever works for you. So let's go ahead and start swatching these. Now, one of the things that I really love about this set is that it is really close to a CMY primary set, the cyan, magenta, and yellow. And even though it's a phthalo blue, which is a staining pigment, this blue is so clear and so lovely that you can see right away on the palette, it's just really going to come out with some a big bang for the buck. I just really love how all of these paints really come out. They spread with water very, very nicely. This color diary here is 100% watercolor paper. Excuse me, 100% cotton watercolor paper. My gosh, my words are getting in front of me today. I'm so sorry, you guys. The magenta provides a really nice mixer for your reds, and you can also segue into some beautiful clear purples. You can also get some dusky purples out of this. What I really enjoyed about this particular selection of colors is that with that addition of the turquoise, you can mix peach and green, which you'll see happen here on the next row. And what that does is it opens doors for you guys to really paint some beautiful portraits. Now, skin tones, you often have a lot of blue undertone or a deep pink, some olive undertones, kind of an orange tone undertone sometimes. And when you are working in watercolor that is a transparent medium, it will really do you some big favors if you can try to really train your eye to see those colors that are underlying the skin tone. Beautiful things can result when you start painting those layers from the base, from the deepest layer in out. And you'll see here as I'm mixing this purple, what a beautiful clear purple we can get. It's almost like just a straight dioxazine purple. And now that I'm looking at this, it's been, 9 months since I actually filmed this. The color on the swatch that I did here on the paper, it's kind of separated a little bit to make some beautiful dimension and texture in this. So I've just had all kinds of fun with this particular set. I'm going to keep this swatching at real time here so that you guys can kind of see what's being mixed together. Now, that first swatch was the phthalo blue plus the purple magenta. And now this next one, you'll see this beautiful, beautiful orangey, peachy pink that we can get. And you can vary it between warmer yellow or cooler with the magenta based on whatever ratio you put in there. But this would make a lovely, lovely either bright orange or a nice, nice base for a pigment of an underlying skin tone. So these are really, really lovely to have, and I think that you guys will really appreciate this set if you can get your hands on one. That is a mix between the purple magenta and the transparent yellow. And now let's mix this phthalo blue with the transparent yellow. Look at that beautiful rich green. I mean, you know, some people love sap green, some people hate it. I really like having it because I like a convenience green, but you can honestly mix your greens so easily, and it's just so lovely when you can get something like this to come out of your paintbrush. It's just such a pure, nice grass green, really, really lovely. Now let's see, on the next row, let's do some more mixes. This one here is going to be the helio turquoise plus the transparent yellow. And you can see you just get that little bit of a kick of brightness in the swatch there. And that really is a nice addition to, gosh, you can do some beautiful eye colors with this, some nice shadows in your green trees with both of those greens mixed together. So you see, you can really make a lot of variance. And if your green is ever too bright, you can always tone it down with something opposite the color wheel. So in this case, if you wanted to add some magenta to that green, you could really get it pretty deep. Lots of options here. This next swatch that we're going to mix is going to be the helio turquoise and the phthalo blue. You will not believe the beautiful deep ocean. Oh, excuse me, sorry. We're mixing instead the phthalo blue and the purple magenta here. This comes out a beautiful stormy blue, lovely, almost a pale, a very light translucent indigo shade. This you could use in shadows, in storm clouds, in ocean scenes. Really some nice, nice things happening here on the paper. I really love how this one came together. Now, here's the one that I started to talk about. This is the helio turquoise mixed with the phthalo blue. Look at this deep, deep, beautiful teal. Can you imagine painting some sea glass with this one? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's just gorgeous. I would use any of these individually. These mixes that you can create from them are just lovely. And you know, you can go on further than this and you can create things that are darker than this. You can create different tones, different values. This set is really simply delightful. And for a limited palette, honestly, you could get away with just about anything with this lovely little selection here. So I'm kind of having a love affair with these little swatches here, so I'm just going to make a little scene here. You know, guys, I just love working with a limited palette, and this one in particular, oh my goodness, look at this. You have almost the entire color wheel here. If you're going to add anything at all, I would suggest maybe a burnt sienna or a burnt umber, or maybe even a Payne's gray. You just don't need a whole lot of paints. And this is the way that I really love to work, is on a very limited palette. So let's see what we can create with these paints. So putting this palette to work, I'm going to speed this video up because this portion is a tutorial that is available to my channel members. I do offer paid memberships to my channel, and there's a link below that describes all of those. They start as low as $2.99 a month, and one of the most fun benefits are these full-length tutorials that are available to you. You have access to the entire library. It doesn't go away. And you can just work through those at your own pace whenever you want. You can also get direct feedback from me if that's something that you like. And members have a big say in what gets shown on this channel. So if you are a channel member and you're interested in seeing a video, please leave me a comment down below and I will make sure that we get that on that members platform right away. One of the funnest benefits of being a channel member with Art on the Creek is that you can receive happy mail from me. Actual physical mail that will either include a sample of an art supply, a sticker, some of my artwork, or a bookmark, things like that, just to brighten your day, brighten your mailbox, and let you know that I'm thinking about you, because I truly do think about you guys all the time, channel members and viewers. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you just want to contribute a little bit more to your own artistic growth as well as to the channel, check out that link down below for becoming a channel member to Art on the Creek. So working on this peacock, I am using a Princeton brush. The one that I'm using is the Aqua Elite. I love these brushes. They've got kind of a silicone feeling cover on the handle, and it's very ergonomic, very easy to use. I love their fine points. And the paper that I'm using is a Hahnemühle Bamboo Mixed Media Watercolor paper. I really love it, and I called it Mixed Media Watercolor paper, but it really is mixed media. You can use anything on it. It just has a really great watercolor texture, and I just absolutely adore this paper. I think I filled up the sketchbook, and I'm ready to get a new one. There are a few sketchbooks out there that I will very willingly refill. This is one of them. I really love Hahnemühle papers in general, but this bamboo mixed media paper is one of my favorites. You can see on the peacock's eye that I had no trouble mixing a dark with this limited palette. I just really adore these paints, and they go down so beautifully. You can do any kind of layering technique. That's one way that I really like to test a watercolor, is to put it through some mixed media work, because I want to know, can I layer over it with pastels, with colored pencil, with ink? Does it work? Is it going to work for me in any scenario? And in this case, when I'm working with mixed media, that's the best way for me to test. So we've just done a very simple peacock here, and now I'm going to go in and kind of finish him up with some colored pencils. And right now I'm just using the Prismacolor colored pencils, and they are going down beautifully. You know, any colored pencil that you use will certainly work for mixed media. Some work better than others. I found that Prismacolors are really quite delightful to use over watercolor because they are so soft. Now, they're the colored pencil that I have grown up with, used when I was learning my techniques. But lately, as I've tried to segue more into colored pencil, I'll put a link to the quest here in the upper right. I think I already know which ones I'm going to end up with, but I'm trying to do a great colored pencil comparison, and it's just been ongoing. I'm really trying to find out which ones are right for me to use if I'm drawing only in colored pencil. There are so many out there, and of course my top three are the Caran d'Ache Luminance, the Derwent Lightfast, and the Faber-Castell Polychromos. For the most part, when I'm working over watercolor, I found that just about all of the colored pencils that I have, all the professional colored pencils, work very, very well. In fact, I think this one is a Lyra, and look at how it just picks up that gold and just makes it so warm and beautiful. Part of what makes these colored pencils work so well on this Renaissance watercolor is the watercolor themselves. I really enjoyed how translucent these were and how easy they were to enhance that translucent capability, or rather feature of the watercolors with these colored pencils. I was really able to get in here with some subtle nuances and just create some nice shading effects. And this is just sketchbook work here. I'm not trying to do anything too fancy. I'm just having an awful lot of fun. And I just didn't want to stop. And for me, when I'm creating art and getting in the zone like this, when I've got a great set of watercolors to start with, and then I can just play away, layering over it, that is a good set for me to use. And this Renaissance set certainly fits that bill. I think if you are looking for something unique and different, this Renaissance set of watercolors would really be a nice addition to any art studio. As we pan across the finished piece here, I think you guys can really see up close how the water reacts with these paints and that beautiful dimension and texture that we can get when we layer colored pencil over this particular watercolor. But you know what? You don't have to layer colored pencil over these to make them work. You can certainly use them in any scenario where you'd use watercolor, and I know that you'll be pleased with them. The limited palette is great. I want to reemphasize that I paid my own money for these, and I'm not working with Renaissance or with a distributor here in the United States. This is just a genuine, wonderful opinion of these paints, and if you've got some holiday shopping left to do for either yourself or some other artist on your list, maybe this Renaissance set would be a lot of fun and a really nice surprise. I hope everyone's having a great creative week. We'll see you next time. Bye now.